What's happening, everybody? Time for a special late after dark edition of the Daily Truth. I'm Anthony Michael Russo. Today, something unexpected happened, kind of unexpected. It's expected, but it's more of a I'm not a music person, and there was music while running. And tonight's late night thought, and again, if you're watching this tomorrow or in the morning or whatever it is, that's fine. It's okay. I feel like doing an after dark edition. It's been a long, busy day, but I ran today. I run almost every morning, and or at one point of the day. I like running in the middle of the day. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tangents tonight. I'm warning you. But I ran in the morning, and I had a feeling once I got through something and then listened to a specific set of music. Turns out it was the Rocky soundtrack. No joke. I hit play instantly. Something clicked. It's happened before. And suddenly I'm back in that childhood mentality of watching the movies when I was growing up. I thought about my dad. I felt like a fighter, felt like I wasn't 42 years old, like I was chasing something that mattered. And do you know what happened? I ran 45 seconds per mile quicker, my fourth mile and my fifth mile, while that was on. I'll take you through the day in a second. It's something to think about, not about training, not about just working out, not just even about music, but the idea that certain things can unlock core memories. I think it's an important topic. I got some people watching, joining, jumping in from all over the place. Clearly, Casey's up right now, up late because he shared it on the X's. So thank you guys for that. Go ahead and like this video, share this video, do all the things with this video. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week. Hope you had a great day, and we're going to get into it. So do me a huge favor, put in the comments, what made you smile today? Give me a what made you smile. I want to hear it. Give me some good news. Give me some good thoughts. My smile today was just from the simple perspective of, holy cow, just the difference in music can change everything. That's unlocking something in the brain. I think there's something fascinating about that. So we are setting our own limitations when you know that there is another gear and probably even another gear. So with that said, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown. The Wednesday night speaking class is no longer a free class. But if you want something free, if you've never attended anything I've done before and you want to get better at speaking, storytelling, it can be a superpower for you. It's not even about speaking on stage. It's about just the ability to communicate. If you want to get better at communication and speaking, it is up. It is up right now. All you got to do is go to getbetteratspeaking.com. Yes, simple. Getbetteratspeaking.com. Register for one of the upcoming webinars. I would love to see you there. Pretty excited about the new transition of what we got going on coming soon, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I've been working on this for a while. I posted on my Facebook that big things are coming soon. I'm going to be talking to people about that. Yes, Yay Sports. I'm showing that hat. I have the trademark pending for that, and we are going to be getting started with that project. It's the first time I've ever said this on here, but I will be looking for potential investors. I don't know if I'm doing crowdfunding yet. Casey, no, you are. You are. Kimmy was crawling, apparently. That's a big deal. So that's what made you smile. I'm assuming that was on Cash's page. I didn't see it. So that's awesome. Good kudos to Kimmy for crawling. All right. So with that said, also go to at Anthony Michael Russo on the Instagrammers. Did I talk to Cash last week? Talked to him about something. We were having a fun little conversation. We were very happy that he did not go and help out with the campaign of Ryan Nichols. Ryan's kind of lost his mind. Just throwing that out there. And also he's backed out of the race. So, all right, moving on to actual things. So there's getbetteratspeaking.com. If you want to automatically jump in and become a member of the group, the community, it's doubledownspeaking.com. That's how you get back in on the Wednesday nights. It's free for 7 days if you want to check it out, just to get on there. And we'll give you, if you don't like it for a month, I'll make sure to refund you. But you could use OG 2025 for a discount. And last but not least, and by it's a one-time discount, and then the price is going up permanently. So, and you get to lock that price in. Oh, I got to get the flex in. Make Wellness, BioPrecision Peptides. Did my run this morning. Oh my, what you gonna do, brother? It's not even fair how big those have gotten. I need you to go to my Instagram at Anthony Michael Russo, and you can check out the Make Wellness BioPrecision Peptides. I take the Fit. I'm actually on a month off of the lean. I'll be taking the lean again, probably starting when Fox Big Noon kicks off this week. just to keep my appetite down. And I take the I take the hydrated after I go for runs. Like today, after 5 miles, even though it was in the morning, it was like 7 a.m. It's still hot outside. I got a little something special for myself, a little hydrated when I was done. Okay, way too long on those topics. Let's get right into it. I'm not going to be long. I'm just going to be a couple more minutes. So please like this video, share this video, do all things with this video. I'm Anthony Michael Russo. If you don't know, if you're here, I don't know how you don't, but it's the daily truth. So as I mentioned this morning, I went for a run. And the way that my runs typically go is I will listen, especially if they're in the morning. I have this YouTube page that I follow where I listen to the daily prayer, where it gives about 10 minutes of teaching a little bit about the Bible, teaching the word. I listen to that when I'm running, and then it does a prayer. And I kind of just zone out into that. And then typically I'll typically listen to Motiversity or something like that. And I'll hear stuff that allows me to take notes even when I'm running. Yeah, I know it sounds weird. But by the way, I've also been injured from the running side for about a month, about 2 months now. So I'm just getting back into running a couple weeks ago. Some of you may know my times from when I was on treadmill. I probably am very close to that treadmill wise. Outside, very, very different. But today I dropped into the 7 minutes in my fourth and my fifth mile, which I find interesting. So typically anything good outside is right around 8:15 to 8:30. So today I started out about 8:40 listening to the word. And then it starts playing the Motiversity. I was like, I don't know why, but I'm craving Rocky music. And I know what Rocky music does to me because it puts me in this different place, makes me remember my childhood. It reminds me if you were to give me one person I want to meet, it's Sylvester Stallone. Actually reminded me what I'm probably going to name my car, by the way. I forgot. I can name it Rocky or Sly, something along those lines. It's white on white, and it's come back after the sixth day got hurt. A lot going on in my mind. As I said, Casey, I'm sure you're going to say squirrel. I'm not going to get to this topic, but if you want to know, somebody asked the question. Casey asked, when do we get to burning flags? I do not think we should be banning or criminalizing the idea of burning flags. It's part of the First Amendment, in my personal opinion. But if you're going to bring it up, I'll say it. I don't agree with people that do it. I think it's disgusting, but it is part of what makes America so great. So that freedom of speech. So I disagree with this move about the flag burning. Anyways, back on target. So when I hit play, and I was just hitting Rocky motivational music on YouTube, instantly something clicked. I was in my childhood brain when I would be sitting in the living room pretending to shadow box with my dad watching the TV behind me. And it's such an interesting thing. And you just get put into the movie. It unlocks core memories. That's the power of a movie. The silver screen, that's the power of a soundtrack that goes with it. And I started thinking to myself, this is just instrumental music in a lot of places. Would this song been as big if it wasn't for the way that it was tied to the movie? And the answer is, of course not. But would the movie have been as big if the soundtrack wasn't so great? So it's the sensory that goes into the visual mixed with the auditory that really blends in something that can completely change the body chemistry. And it turns into a core memory. Music doesn't just entertain, it unlocks. It unlocks things in your system. It unlocks memories, core memories. It unlocks a second level. It unlocks a third level. It unlocks different gears in the body that you don't know you have, which proves to me and should prove to you that whenever you think you don't have more in the tank, I guarantee you have more in the tank. And even listening to the music today that made me on my fourth and fifth mile go 45 seconds per mile faster, actually closer to 50 or almost a full minute faster. It wasn't just the music. It's the fact that we have it inside of ourselves at all times. So what music does is it reaches it. And sometimes if you're looking for inspiration, I should say this. I said it in the post. I'm not a music person. I don't love music. I'm not somebody that's like, I got to turn on, I got to jam out. I got to, I've never been a music person. Even when I was hosting spring breaks and doing all different things where music was so incredibly important, I don't know the songs. I don't really care much. I just know what works with a crowd. That's about it. But in this case, it had a different, and this is why it can prove to anybody, whether you like music or not, that there is something to be said. It reaches into your memory. It reaches into your emotions, in your soul, pulls out things you didn't quite know were there. And it's interesting today. Music reminded me a little bit about who I was, and it's fun sometimes. My dad passed away 11 years ago now, and sometimes I just love the ability, and sometimes it's dreams, and it's not that I mean, I was close to my dad, but there was mixed opinions on parts of his fatherhood and the different things. I mean, he was handicapped. He was a compulsive gambler, a deeply flawed man. And it's interesting as times passed, I tend to just remember the good things, which is great. That's the way that it should be. I know that he was far, 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 far from perfect, but it's cool to be able to put yourself in those good places. So, in my head, I felt like I was running with my dad. And it's crazy that I can speed up and go faster when I like everything inside of me at different points was almost choking up when I was running. And that's an honest to God truth. I mean, I have a high level of emotion anyways, but I'm literally running. I'm inspired by the music. I'm remembering my childhood. I'm remembering my father. All of it synced into one action. It was so fun. Made it really fun to run this morning. And it was unlocked by the music that unlocked my childhood. We all need something that unlocks memories. We all need something that unlocks that next gear. Today, for me, it was music. For you, it might be a quote, a song, a prayer, a moment of stillness. I don't know. Don't ignore the things that make you come alive. Use them, whether it's Rocky music, worship music, country, classical. I don't know. Find the rhythm. I actually like classical, by the way, when I'm mowing the lawn. I don't know if that's weird. I never mowed lawns. Now I have the zero turn and way too much land. I actually like mowing lawns. But anyways, so like I said, whether it's Rocky, worship, country music, classical music, whatever it is, find the rhythm that wakes you up, that wakes up your soul, because buried in that sound, in that story, is a memory. It might just be the version of you that you've been looking for and wanting to get reacquainted with. Music doesn't motivate and unlocks what's already inside of you. So that's today's daily truth. I don't know. Hey, I'm changing the oil. As Casey says, I don't know how to use a power tool. I'm changing the oil on my mower tomorrow. So wish me luck. I may die. I may no longer be here tomorrow. What's up, Rose? I know it's a late night edition, everybody. Got a decent amount of people watching. Thanks to Casey, the one that loves to come in, talk smack, but also share the video. So I appreciate that. Again, guys, I'm going to repeat this. Very excited about the shift and transition with Double Down Speaking, as there's a whole bunch of ways to work with me now, from the idea of completely free to go to one of my speaking classes, which I will be pushing the heck out of, because it is Monday, not every Monday, but every other Monday. You can check out what dates are available at getbetteratspeaking.com. Again, that's getbetteratspeaking.com. It's not interactive like the Wednesday night one. I will do a Q&A if there's time. But that is the way you can start to learn just how to better communicate, how to better use their voice, the basics of storytelling, why it's important to tell your story, and how it's important to get started telling your story. And then Wednesday nights, and plus some other stuff, is going to be the membership group, which right now is only $15 a month that you would lock in. Eventually, the idea would be for it to be quite a bit more than that, but you lock in that price if you do it now by using OG 2025 at doubledownspeaking.com. And then there's some speaking boot camps coming up. That's part of it. That's the next way. And then, of course, my 8-week classes that we could talk about at any given time. So that's what we got. And remember, green gas is good for the planet. You're interesting, Casey. What else do I got? Is that it? Go to my Instagram. Make sure you're following at Anthony Michael Russo. Again, that's at Anthony Michael Russo. And you'll see all the different links that I have in there, including Century H2O water and Make Wellness BioPrecision Peptides. With that said, guys, also check out the gear. Somebody was asking about one of the shirts we have. Make sure you check out the gear. That's also at Anthony Michael Russo on Instagram. And you can use Truth at checkout for 20% off. This has been the Daily Truth. I encourage you, if you like these videos, to like them, share them, do all the things with them. God bless. Have a great evening. Don't surrender your pets. Don't be a garbage human being. Deuces.